Hello, Pound Pimples. And hello, Brent.
And hello, Doug.
I just wanted to start off the show by saying that today's show is brought to you by Racket. Racket.com is the website you can go to check it out. It's also an app, which is on the App Store. It's I guess
What's
that's the iOS App Store, and it's an app that I use.
What does it do?
And oh, Racket is a fun new app that is the easiest way to record, share, and discover audio stories. These are audio only, short, 99-second audio content stories that anyone can do with by using the app.
How about that? How
Mhm.
about that, huh? You get up to 99 seconds. It doesn't need to be 99 seconds, right?
Right. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff on there. Sometimes I'm on there, as my username is Doug Pound, of course, with two G's, and people tell little jokes on there. They'll have just a thought. And today's episode is all about things that annoy us. And this would be a perfect app to just say, it's just really annoying. People don't use their turn signal or something, which I'm getting ahead of myself here, but today's episode is all about, this will be like annoyance, things that are annoying, part one, because there's so many things that are annoying in the world. Today will be part one. And
Right.
Racket it gives everyone a platform. It's the
You don't
easiest
have
way. It's the easiest way to tell audio stories and connect with other people who want to hear them.
you don't have to have a podcast set up to put your thoughts and things out there. You don't have to have your microphone set up and dedicate an hour to whatever. You could just put your voice. Anybody could do it. It's really easy, and you just you could just have a voice if
Yeah,
that's what
and
you want to do.
the cool thing is you could do other stuff. You could be. It's just, since it's audio only, you don't have to worry about how you look. You just got to worry about how you sound. You know.
You just got to make sure your voice sounds pretty.
It doesn't even have to sound pretty. You can go, "What's up, guys? What's up, my racketeers?"
Oh, it could sound handsome.
What?
Oh, it could sound handsome.
You can sound handsome. Yeah, you can sound any way.
You
You
can
can sound
sound
haggard. You
nasty.
can be like, "Oh gosh, you will not believe this, guys. I was sitting on a bench and somebody was tapping their foot next to me, and the whole bench was shaking."
You can sound nasty.
People go on there and they just. I've heard poetry on there. I've heard people just getting stuff off their chest.
You could share music on there too.
Yeah.
Little music clips.
So Racket is now on the App Store. It's Racket. You can go to racket.com to download the app. And don't forget to follow us on Racket. I'm on there, Doug Pound, and Brent, you're there, right?
Yeah, I haven't put anything up yet, but I will.
You don't
Brent,
really have to even put anything up. You can lurk. You can just listen to other people.
I'm kind of just a I'm like somebody in a grocery store when someone's being loud on their cell phone and I want to listen to what their conversation is happening. That's a little
Yeah.
peek of what we talk about later. But I like to just sort of snoop around and listen to various bites.
This is a great way to snoop some bites.
Yeah. If you want to just snoop some bites, you want to snoop some bites, go to racket.com.
Yeah, check out Racket. Our Poundcast today is also brought to you by, of course, LouisvilleVeganFoods.com. You can go to LouisvilleVeganFoods.com and use the code word Poundcast to get 20% off your entire order. And we're going to be coming to Louisville doing a show there. But we'll get to that in a minute. It's just kind of cool that we get to finally go to the
source.
city.
We get to go to the source.
Go to the source. We're playing at Zanzibar. I'll just say it now that I mentioned it. We're playing Zanzibar, January 22nd, Saturday, January 22nd, and we'll be doing two shows at the Hideout in Chicago. January 21st, Friday, January 21st. But I digress. We're talking about Louisville Vegan Foods. And Louisville vegan jerky, which you know it. You know that I love it.
And the stuff is bagged in the United States, and it's also has a shelf life of 9 months, and it's that easy. Anybody can eat it.
Anyone can eat it. It's that easy.
And our sponsors make it so that anybody could get involved. You know.
Yeah, anyone can do it. It's that easy.
But yeah, they have different flavors of jerky, smoked pepperoni, and smoked black pepper, and anything smoked. You know, you can just get. There's a flavor of it probably. It's not smoked pepperoni. It's perfect pepperoni.
It's perfect pepperoni.
It's perfect pepperoni, smoked black pepper. And there's Carolina barbecue. Flavors. There's all different flavors and stuff.
Yeah, we're talking buffalo dill. That's one of my favorites. We got maple bacon.
And look, this is how we're going to do it, okay? If you go to the website and you order it online, and you use the code word Poundcast, you get 20% off, and that's pretty good.
That's pretty good, guys.
You can also get it at stores. So
yeah, you know.
You might want to check that out.
Check it out.
You might want to check that out.
Definitely check it out.
Now, look. If you want to check out extended versions of our episodes, and not even just extended, just bonus episodes in a sense, extended and bonus, patreon.com/poundcast, and you can get instant access to, at this point, years of bonus material. And sometimes in After Dark, things get really cooking sometimes, you know? And it could be a lot of fun, and anybody could do it. Anyone can sign up for it. It's that easy.
It's that easy, guys.
And so anyway, do that. And then also, if you prefer to watch video of the episodes, youtube.com/thepoundcast is where you'll find that. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's an Instagram and a Twitter account as well, which is the Poundcast. Okay. Now, let's mention these dates again, just to reiterate. We are doing a mini tour, and yeah, like Doug said, January 21st and 22nd, Chicago and Louisville. And just look our stuff up and you'll find the links, or look it up. Or go to the sites. It's like you said, the Hideout and Zanzibar. And we might be doing a show. We might be doing a show on that Thursday, the 20th, but more details to come on that.
Yeah, that's still to be discussed.
Now, okay, so check that out. Go to those shows, get those tickets. Let's sell these things out. We want every ticket sold. Okay,
that's an order.
That's an order. Now, speaking of stuff, I had this T-shirt idea. I was thinking about a T-shirt idea, and I wanted to I'm just curious if people would actually be interested in this shirt or not, or if it just sounds like a joke or something, you know? So I had this. Okay, if I sold a shirt, and it didn't have anything to do with me, but it was a novelty type of shirt that I came up with, is that something that you would want to buy? I'm curious about, I want to take the temperature, so to speak, on if people, this is something I actually should make or not, or if people would buy it or not. The shirt would be for the holidays. Okay. So for the holidays, and during the holidays, 'tis the season to be merry and what else?
Jolly?
Gay. So the shirt would just say 'tis gay. But also it kind of works for the holidays, but it could also work for Gay Pride Month too.
Oh, so
it's kind of multi-purpose shirt.
Yeah, different times of the year.
Yeah, and basically the word gay can kind of take on different meanings depending on the time of the year it is. So you can wear it for the holidays, 'tis gay. You could wear it for Gay Pride Month, and you could wear it year-round to mean whatever you want it to mean.
Brent, that sounds like $1 million idea. Good luck with that.
Will people buy that shirt though, or will they just think, "Oh, that's a funny," or that's a kind of like that's an innovative idea, but I'd rather just admire it from afar. What's the I just want to take the pulse on that. What will there be orders for that if I made that shirt?
Sound off in the comments, I guess. I don't know what to.
Just let us know.
Let Brent know about that. And I guess we have a remix of our theme song. Do you have that lined up, Brent?
Yes, I do.
I think at one point I mentioned a maybe it was kind of a gag, but I thought a funny music genre would be called Random House. And this guy made a Random House. I guess Random House would be the tempo of the it's house style, it's house music, but the tempo kind of changes randomly. And he, who is it, Brent?
His name is Sam, either Bucks or Sam Books or Sam Bukes.
That's right. This was coming in from Sam. DJ Sammy B, it says Sammy here. B. Random House Remix.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I hope it was okay that I kind of gave all his information just now. But so it's the Random House Remix. And we'll be and let me say this is a fun episode. This is a good episode. It is kind of going to be a two-parter because we basically came up with a bunch of solutions to annoying situations on this episode, and I think you're going to like it.
That's right. Let's roll the clip from DJ Sammy B. Probably won't hear the full remix, but we'll play the full one at the end. So roll the clip.
Okay, roll it.
Welcome to the Poundcast, Brent.
Welcome to the Poundcast, my Doug.
So here's the deal. I went on Instagram the other day. I went on my story and I asked a simple question. What's something that's annoying? And let me know and we'll talk about it on the podcast. And I got more responses to that. I got more DMs than I've ever gotten in my life because apparently everything is annoying. Something annoys people love talking about stuff that's annoying. Everybody has observations of things that are annoying, and things that are annoying are timeless, Brent. Like even in a utopian world, things will be annoying. Annoying things will never go away. You can move the goalposts. For example, if you ask somebody in London in like 1940, what's annoying? They'll say, I don't like when the Germans are blitzkrieging my city and bombs are blowing everyone up. That could be annoying. I don't like these air horns and the sirens. And you can ask somebody nowadays and they'll say, masks are annoying. It's annoying when people don't put on a turn signal. And for example, those are three annoying things. It doesn't matter what area you live in. There's going to be annoyances.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of those to get to. We can discuss them. And I have a few of my own that I would bring to the table.
Yeah. There's a whole world. There's a whole world to explore.
Whole world. This is really a can of worms we opened up with this annoying stuff.
Now,
and did you have anything you wanted to bring up before we get into the annoying?
It does feel like that will be the bulk of this episode.
This will be the bulk of the episode, big time. I mean, I don't know if we'll be able to even get through them all.
Right.
We'll have to do a part 2 in the future or something.
So before we get into that, I had this observation last night. And I thought it might be kind of it's not an annoying thing. It's just I thought an interesting observation, and I thought I would share it with you. and the listeners. And it's regards Trojan brand condoms. Okay. Now, my sister and I were hanging out last night.
I use those every day.
That's a funny way to sort of, I don't know.
Oh, I love those. I use those every day. I just had one this morning.
I just had one this morning.
I just had one this morning.
My sister and I were joking around at first about, first we were talking about, I don't know, I had this idea about Cinderella, and we were thinking instead of like a glass slipper, it's a rubber slipper, and it's a condom that has to fit on the right penis or whatever. Some kind of twist on Cinderella like that. And then I was thinking about Trojan brand condoms, and I thought, why are they called Trojan? That the association I think people have with Trojan is Trojan horse, right? And when you think of what a Trojan horse is, or what was, according to the story, is this big kind of structure of a horse that was supposed to be a gift, but it was used to sneak Greek soldiers into Troy, into the walls of Troy.
Michigan.
What?
Into Troy, Michigan.
Is that a place? Yeah, I guess maybe it is. And I just thought that's an odd name for a condom, because it makes it sound like the
sperm's going to get in, and then it's going to
get in, and they're going to impregnate the egg.
The soldiers are going to get over past enemy lines.
Yeah, you if you want, it's basically Trojan. By calling the brand Trojan, you're kind of saying, hey, if you use this condom, don't worry, it won't work as birth control. You can actually sneak your sperm into a vagina, and it will fertilize that egg. It will fertilize that enemy's egg. And I just thought that was an interesting thing. And then I thought, I bet a comedian has made this observation before. It seems like someone must have made this observation, right? And I'm thinking, and I know that Trojan condoms were invented before computers.
I'm looking at it here, Brent. They came out in 1910.
Right. I'm just, but one does think of the Trojan horse virus for computers, right? And, which is obviously related to the Trojan horse from, Troy, but just makes you think, hey, don't worry, use Trojan condoms, and you can sneak that virus.
It's like you can trick your mate into thinking that they're safe, but
right?
You're not.
Right. Yeah, we're sneaking virus in there. We're sneaking sperm in there. Basically, it just makes it sound like this condom does not work for birth control, and it does not work for, diseases and stuff, protection of diseases. From diseases.
Yeah, Brent, I'm looking at this, and before Trojan, the major manufacturer before that was Julius Schmid, who had made condoms from animal intestines, lambskin, but it's really not skin, it's an intestine, I guess.
It's like an internal skin.
Yeah.
Or organ skin.
So before that, you had to wear a lamb intestine on your penis.
Right.
And then if you wanted a Trojan Magnum in 1880, I guess you would wear a horse intestine.
Mm-hmm. Yes, very good.
For the larger animal.
Yeah, so, or like a rhinoceros.
Or it's like small intestine, large intestine.
Oh, right. They were both lamb.
That's gross,
one of them was a small intestine, one was large. That's funny.
What if you go put on a lambskin and there's like still like grass in it? Like that the sheep ate?
Or there's just
like nowadays you take the condom out. You take the condom out and you're like, you're usually in behind the dumpster at Ralph's or whatever, and you're kind of like looking at it like, which way is where's the end on this thing? You know what I mean, Brent? When you're using a condom, usually behind a dumpster, or you're in I don't know. I should have thought that one out better, but
it's
I'm
good.
trying to think of a funny place that, or,
That's
you know,
funny.
then you're like, you're behind the dumpster and you're like, oh man, this lambskin it's got grass in it. Hold on a second. And then you got to ask the person you're with, you know, do you charge me by the minute? Because I have to, you know, I got to take the grass out.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. How does a lambskin work? Because it's like it's a tube. There's no end. You know, is there just a rubber band at the end? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I think
how the hell does that?
just tie. I think they tie it in a knot or something.
Ugh.
Who knows? I mean, I don't know. Oh man.
I'm gonna look up an image of that. Oh, they still sell them, dude.
No, really? Intestine condoms?
I'm looking at one now, dude.
Well, here's another question.
I don't know how I don't know how they taper off these edges on them. You know, they actually have them at my farmer's market. My local farmer has, you know, he's got his meats that he raises, and he makes condoms. That'd be funny if you would have to go to the carniceria or the butcher to get your condoms back in the 1880s.
Right.
You know,
right. You
like,
buy it.
Oh, you don't go to the pharmacy. You got to go to the butcher.
Right, and you probably buy some other meats and stuff just to hide it, kind of, you know. Say, oh yeah, let me get.
Right.
Can I get some?
Let me get a pound of
sliced,
that.
Let me get some sliced turkey. I'll get some roast beef, and I'll get the lambskin.
You know, while I'm here, I'll just get a couple of those intestines. Certainly, you know, I'll get some of those intestines.
They don't even say condoms. Yeah, they say they're like, yeah, I'll get some pork. And I'll get some the corned beef.
Let me get a half a pound of the corned beef.
You know,
and,
I'll get a couple intestines also. They'll say, excuse me, sir. Would
you like the intestines just
small intestines or
just
large?
Bagged them up, or small intestines are large, sir. It's like really loud. There's like, you know,
there's a woman standing.
There's like women. There's like 4 gals behind them. Like, you know, a couple of each. And sir, do you want those tied off at the end, or do you just want one long? Is it for soup? Yeah, it's for soup. But you know, if you could just tie off the end for me.
And then everyone's looking at him and stuff, and he's like, "Sir, did you want them tied off or not?" He goes, "You know, just give me the. I'll just take the turkey.
You know, it's fine.
It's fine. Never mind. Actually,
just bag them up. Yeah, I'll figure that out later. It's for the soup. Give me the horse intestine, please. I'm shopping for my whole family. You know, my dad asked for these.
Or you could just, he turns around. He's like, yeah, I'll get the intestine. It's not for me.
Yeah, it's not. I'm with Instacart. Sir, what's Instacart? This is 1883. What are you talking about?
I'm with Insta wheelbarrow.
Just a barrel.
Hey, so
anything else before we get into these annoyances?
Well, I think could be a funny idea. Is what are some names for condoms that would make it so that, because Trojan condom kind of sounds ineffective. It sounds like,
so you want
this
something
condom's not going to work.
You want something that's a barrier.
What's a barrier
to the enemy?
Yes. What will work against the enemy? What will keep the sperm out or the diseases out?
Yeah, the Great Wall of China condoms. You know, that's the ultimate ancient
right,
fortification.
Okay, very good.
That or like Fort Knox condoms or something. You know what I mean?
It should be called they should be called China condoms, China brand condoms,
or Fort Knox condoms made in China.
Let me get a couple of Chinas. Oh yeah, pick up a pack of Chinas,
or grab me some Chinas,
or Knoxes. Let me get a Knox. What else is a real kind of legendary barrier kind of thing, or something that sounds really strong and fortified? You know,
it should be like scuba diver.
Yeah, Knox is pretty
submarine, good. Just something that's so self-contained.
The brand name, by the way, for the rubber slippers, my sister and I thought of they'd be called Slippers by Cinderella. So Cinderella's the brand, and Slippers is their condoms, basically. Slippers by Cinderella. Anyway,
Slippers is a great name for condoms. You know, some
yeah,
people call them.
that's why we were thinking that. That's a funny name for slipper, or funny / maybe good name for condoms is slippers.
Slippers. It sounds like it. It's almost like a onomatopoeia.
Imagine,
right?
imagine you're there. A couple is kind of getting hot and heavy and stuff, and they're they start taking off their clothes, and then the person goes, "Wait, do you have any slippers?" This is what my sister and I were riffing on last night. Was wait a second. He's like, "Do you have any slippers?"
Yeah. I think slippers is a great way to go.
Well, anyway,
into the annoying stuff. Let's get into it.
The annoying stuff. Okay. I feel like we could even probably go longer with that bit, like about more names for condoms that would sound a little more protective. But hey, we'll if you think of something.
I mean, we
could.
It's kind of like beating a dead horse. No pun intended. Actually, pun was kind of intended if you want the truth.
Oh, I don't know. I love beating horses. Sometimes, though, this is one last thought. This is not about condoms, but I will say sometimes when you think a bit is over, you keep going with it, and you might think for a while, oh, we're just beating the dead horse or whatever. But then you start finding new stuff, and it's even better. I've had that experience before where you beat the dead horse so hard that you actually end up finding it's not even a horse anymore. It's you finding new animals.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, let's go on to some.
As far as like what everything I thought about with that bit, I kind of ran it. I ran it. It's ran its course. Ran its horse.
You ran its horse.
It's ran its horse. It's run its horse. Okay, I'm going to start off with a few things that I just observed just in the last couple of days, and this happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
If I was sitting at like a bench, and the person next to me, they couldn't hold still. They're like doing that thing with their foot, where it's like they look like a drummer.
Yeah,
right. Their foot's going ding, 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 ding. And it was shaking the tablecloth, and it was as if somebody was like tugging on my like leg, like my pants or something, because it was like shaking. It's like, I guess there's a combination of things that are annoying there. People that like can't hold still, because sometimes they shake and you're sitting on the same bench and it's like shaking you, but to them it's comfortable. They're like, but it's affecting you. But I don't want to say anything like, can you stop shaking your foot right now? It was in a work situation, and it was a nice, a very friendly colleague, but I didn't want to like say, do you say something like, can you not?
If it's a friendly colleague, I think it's easier to say something, to say, hey, sorry. If
it's someone that I don't know that well, It's like, if it was you, I'd be like, can you not tap your foot for a second? I can't think straight.
Yeah. I think because sometimes people might do that. Yeah. You're sitting on a bench or something,
or sometimes it's a public place, and they're on the other side of the bench and they're like shaking the whole thing.
Right.
But I have another friend that like,
I have an idea of how to deal with it.
I haven't. Okay. What's your idea?
I
tried a few things. I was like lifting up the tablecloth was kind of draped over our legs. I kept kind of like, I would look at the tablecloth and kind of like hold it up just to see if, but then that's almost like a passive aggressive way to, I would kind of like just push it away from my leg. Just maybe he gets the idea that like, I don't want this thing. Like it was just like,
okay, there's two ways to deal with it. I just thought of solutions here. One, if say it's a bench situation where you're getting vibrated also, kind of a thing, because of the tapping, you just embrace it and you treat it as if it's a massage chair or something, and you just think, and say it's vibrating your chair or whatever, you just start shaking, and then you look over at the person, you say, thanks. This is nice, man. You start going like, yeah, thanks for shaking my chair. Yeah. You just go, wow, man, this is better than Brookstone. Okay, that's one way to deal with it. And you kind of make it known that he's shaking your thing, and you're kind of saying you like it, but maybe he thinks, oh, is he passive aggressively saying
Maybe there's a way to. Okay, yeah. What was your other idea?
The other idea is you can just say, oh gosh, I lost it. What was it? Oh no, you start doing the same thing, but do it even more hardcore. So
Well, yeah, I was going to suggest that. I was thinking about it.
So he starts tapping his foot, then you start just maybe start or
You match, you go in rhythm with him, you know. So if, say he's going like tap, 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 tap. I'm just like tap, 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 tap. I double down on his taps.
yeah,
And I'm
exactly.
looking at him like going, yeah, we got an awesome beat going.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I did though? Because we were kind of sitting there taking notes and listening to someone. I'm just being vague about this thing, but basically, like, you know, people were talking and we're kind of writing down notes. I moved back from the table. I went like back here and I was like, huh? Yeah. We weren't sharing a bench. We were sharing a table.
Well, no, then
the other table that was wiggling to me.
By the way, you can also not just, you know, start tapping your own foot or whatever. You can use a different kind of play a different instrument in a sense. So if they're tapping with their foot, then you start tapping, doing something else that is similar but not the same. So start hitting your hand on the table, you know, bop, 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 bop.
Do like a really, that's such a like, that's meaner than just being like, can you stop tapping first? Like, right. It's kind of shaking my area. Can you stop? But what if I got a whoopee cushion and I put it under his shoe and he was going, you know, like his heel is going down. It's like he's pivoting on his toe. So it's like ding, ding. Right. And I put it back there and it's like, I'm like, keep going, dude. Your tapping is really great for my fart sounds. Then he would be like, oh my God, dude, you could have just told me to stop. Anyway, that's just an annoying little. These are just not supposed to be major annoyances. These are things that I just notice. And this is something else that happens to me a lot. And sometimes
I was going to say, maybe you have a suggestion for, you know, if there's things I'm annoyed with, maybe you can try to help me. You know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's hear one of yours, and then we can go back to me.
Well, I mean, this is just, I really find it annoying when I think I mentioned this on the After Dark, which we recorded already, but we'll talk about that in a second. Or we'd already talked about. We'll talk about that later. But you know, people vaping indoors when, you know, just.
I think you've mentioned this on so many episodes.
I know
already.
So many episodes, but how do
we know that you don't like that?
What's the
I don't like that either.
How do I make that not annoying, or just simply this is my solution right now is just I say, oh, can you not do that in here inside?
Well, kind of like how I brought my own whoopee cushion. You got to bring a little battery powered fan and just turn it on.
That's great. And blow it in.
You know, that's a great passive aggressive way to blow the smoke. You blow the vape away from them.
Right. And then they get the picture. Oh, I shouldn't do that in here. Okay, good. Great. Thank you. A little fan. I got to bring a little fan with me.
Oh, you vaping? Do you mind if I blow? Oh, you going to vape? You going to vape in here? Is it okay if I use my fan and aim it at you?
You know what? How about this? If I don't have a fan on me, I start going like this. Say, hey, do you mind if I, or just start vaping, right? Because they usually don't ask. If they ever ask, mind if I vape, then watch this. I start blowing it, and I don't say anything. I just blow.
I know you could do. You just like, you know, this is just like, you know, this is not a real idea because it won't work. But you somehow get bad breath, or you eat something like it's real stinky, and then you go. Do you mind if I blow garlic in here?
I don't even.
You're gonna vape? You're gonna vape? Mind if I blast? And you start farting at them or something?
Like farting really hard that it blows their stuff away. But you know what? I mean, I don't even think I should say mind. Do you mind? Because they're not even saying, "Do I mind?" That's the problem. Is they're not asking if I mind. Because if they asked, I would say, "Oh, I'd actually rather you do that outside."
I think most of the time when they do that, because I've seen you say, "Oh, do you mind not doing that?" They're like, "Oh, you're right. I should have asked." They kind of like it's just an automatic. Sometimes people just they don't really think about it. They're not
right. But they should start thinking about it, and the way they can start thinking about it is by blowing. So you start blowing, and yeah, I like the idea of some bad smelling thing, blowing that at them, and they're kind of thinking, why is this person blowing right now? Oh, maybe it's because they're trying to blow the vape away. Okay, I'll do that outside.
I have a couple other ones.
Go
here.
ahead.
I mean, this happens on the Poundcast sometimes, but it happens all the time just in a social situation when if I'm telling a story and somebody like just jumps in and like stops my story with like they go on a tangent, like say I'll give you an example, but you got to play the part of me. You say, I'm trying to think. You could say, just say, "Oh, I was watching." So you're like, checked out. I got a crazy story. So last night I was watching Squid Game, and then just say that.
Okay. Oh man, I got a crazy story. Last night I was watching Squid Game, right? And
oh, dude, I saw that last week. Did you know that actor? He was. I saw him in this other film. Have you seen this? Like they'll jump in on your thing, and then go off on some other, and then the other people be like, "Oh yeah, I heard about that too. That interview he was in, where he was in this English speaking thing, or whatever, And then like a minute later, I'm like, so I was watching Squid Game, like I have my story. I was excited to tell it, and it just like if someone's starting to tell a story, and it happens to other people, someone else jumps in on them, I'd be like, whoa, look, I want to know what happens with the Squid Game story. This sounded good. What was that again? Anyway, that's just something. There's another thing. Another thing I don't like that kind of drives me nuts.
I was going to try to offer a solution to that too.
Okay. I usually just say, "Can I finish my story?" Like, okay. I just let them run it through, and I'm like, I just, because that's just going to happen. But
no, here's how you finish.
Again, these are minor annoyances, but
here's how you finish
another thing.
Wait, hold on.
Okay, how do I solve it?
Here's my solution. Fix that? Here's how you fix it. So
what if I power through it and just be really loud?
That's kind of what I was. That's what I was going to say. I was going to say now it might not work on Zoom because it's I don't know it cuts people out whoever's not taught or whatever. But let's try it anyway here. So you play yourself and I'll be you, okay, and you be the guy who interrupts me, okay. Dude, this crazy thing happened. So the other night I was watching Squid Game, right? And
dude, that show is so.
I started watching it,
overrated.
and all of a sudden I got this phone call, and it was basically my friend said, "Hey, you got to get over here really quick, man. There's a real life Squid Game happening. Try to." Anyway, you just basically.
Yeah, you just go louder than them.
Yeah.
Wait, let me try it. I'll be me.
Okay.
So you're not going to believe this. Yesterday I was watching Squid Game.
Oh, yeah. The actor from that was...
When we were watching it, a fucking earthquake happened. It has nothing to do with the show. Okay?
Actually, here, I got one for you. Okay, go. Okay. So this crazy thing happened to me. So I was. It was the other night. I was watching Squid Game, right?
Oh, that show is.
And
so
I got a call while I was watching from my uncle, and he has cancer.
Oh, you have a backup thing, like a hardcore, like
no,
change it into a false story or something like really like untalk overable.
Well, it's also just something really it's a sensitive topic. It's something that's kind of sensitive, and it's not funny or anything. It's like, well, you're going to try to talk over
right. Oh no, you have a backup thing. So let me try it again. So I was watching Squid Game last night.
Oh yeah, the actor.
And, when we were watching it, I got a call that it turns out my uncle has cancer. Okay, now can I finish my real story? So I was watching Squid Game.
not.
It's not the real story.
It's like not even.
You just have to throw it. You have to like throw a bomb in there just to like.
Right.
So anyway, no, that didn't happen. But what really happened was.
All right.
So whatever.
That's hilarious. Okay, so it's like. You know what'd be funny is what if you did it to kind of bait somebody to interrupt you, and you did it to just put them in their place in a way, you know?
Right.
So it's you're kind of
trying to. How do you like it? How do you know now you know not to do that again?
No, watch this.
And you go, I don't really have a story about my Squid Game viewing. I just want to point out.
Wait, hold on. Watch this, Doug. Watch this.
Okay.
So the other day, I'll prompt you on this one. Okay.
Okay.
So, so the other day, this crazy thing happened to me. So the other day I was watching Squid Game, right? And do you know the actor from that is in some other stuff? You know?
Oh yeah,
Mike. Guy, Uncle has cancer.
It's great.
Uncle has cancer. Like you encourage them.
Interrupt you.
You encourage them.
I didn't even interrupt you.
Yeah, you didn't even interrupt me. I'm like kind of baiting you into trying to like interrupt me with something else.
Or it's like this, Brent, we've been seeing each other kind of casually for the last 6 months. And have you seen Squid Game?
Yeah,
I think we should break up. It's not working. There's no easy way to say it. Okay. There's no easy way to say it.
Okay, watch this. The doctor comes in. He says, "Okay, Doug. There's no easy way to tell you this, but have you seen Squid Game?"
Yeah, the Netflix series.
It's a doctor telling you this. It's terminal.
Okay, that was it. Here's something that's annoying. Say we're at a table, right? And this, I feel like Curb Your Enthusiasm did it like pretty good last week. This is not exactly this thing, but did you see it last week where there was a dinner party?
I didn't see it.
And the people, there's a dinner party.
But the actor, Larry David, he used to do Seinfeld. You know, he used to write for Seinfeld.
Cancer. Anyway, there was this episode where they're all sitting around at a dinner table, and they kind of set it up where like Larry was like, I should sit here, right? And they're like, no, actually, you sit over on the edge. And he's sort of like, okay. And then these like boring people got into the middle. And they were just taking over. They sat in the middle of the table, so they were running the conversation during the dinner party, and it was just like really boring stuff. You know, everyone's looking at each other like, God. And then Larry's like, "Look, I got to switch with you. I need the middle here." You know, but that's not really my. It's kind of related to that. But say you're at a table in a social situation. There's clearly one group of people. You know, maybe a circle, and usually one person at a time is talking, we're socializing. And sometimes there'll be a little side chat where like there's a main conversation and someone next to me goes off on a tangent and they're telling me stuff, but I want to hear what's happening on the main conversation. Sometimes I gotta be like, can we just have one conversation in this circle? Like you could tell me this when we're one-on-one later, but like we're all in a circle right now. And so one person at a time, we could all be popcorning back and forth, all chiming in, but I can't have this side chat. I don't like when there's two conversations going on at the same time. It drives me nuts. And similarly, when there's when people have music, I go to the park every Saturday to play volleyball, and these certain people play loud music in this one spot, which is fine. Their music is annoying. It's always the same playlist. They set up this loud ass PA, but then these other people set up another loud ass PA, and we're like in the middle of it. So we have to like hear, and we try to bring our own Bluetooth speaker, and we just like give up on that. So now we have to have these conflicting sound systems going on.
I think I have a solution.
What's your solution? Wait,
The
for which
music,
one?
for the music one,
The music one.
you have to bring your own pirate radio setup so
Uh-huh.
that you can kind of take over their speakers on everyone's speaker. Somehow, you have to bring your own sort of portable pirate radio thing where you take over their speakers. And so whatever you play, it's what's coming out of everyone's speakers.
I like that. But we actually, I mean, it happened today and we were joking around about it. I was like, my friend's in a band. I was like, dude, bring your Marshall amps, like bring all your guitar amps. We'll get a generator and we'll aim it at them. And we'll just play like the most annoying, way louder. We'll just blast them out. We'll be like, give them a taste of their own medicine. Here's what we're dealing with.
Yeah, that's pretty much what you're saying. But
blast them out.
It's kind of like the blowing the vape back at somebody, blowing it away. Face your speakers towards their speakers.
Oh, and here's what we do.
And blast their music back to them with your own.
Yeah, we mic their music, run it through a delay, so they hear it like as an echo. So they hear their song, you know what I mean? It plays back like a second later.
Mm-hmm.
And just make them crazy with their own music and be like, now you understand. Can you just turn it down? They could have been, they'll come over like, so you brought all these amps and a generator when you could have just asked us to turn it down.
Well,
this means war.
Well, then you say, oh no, we did because we didn't want to be rude.
Yeah, we don't want to be rude.
Yeah, we brought all these amps because we didn't want to bother you.
I got one more. And then we'll get on to the hundreds and hundreds of submissions I got.
Right, but about the dinner table thing, by the way, I think the way you do it is here's
the side conversations.
Yeah, the side conversation.
You know what I do real quick? Here's what I do. Like, say you're over here talking to me on a side. I'm just like, but with body language, I'm like, yeah, oh, really? Okay. I just give them a little, and then I act like I really want to, I'm like, oh, what does he say? Sometimes I'll be like, oh, he did. I'll jump over there.
Well, how about you do this? You tell that you basically try to turn the side conversation into the main conversation as a solution. So, they're having some main conversation.
You go like this. Say the side conversation person, their name is Joe.
Yeah.
And the main conversation is Kanye. They're the alpha of the group.
Yeah.
You go, excuse me, Kanye. Joe has something great to say. Joe, the floor is all yours. Joe is telling me something great. Joe.
Right.
Tell him what you were telling me when I was trying to listen to him.
Right. Yeah, put the spot on Joe.
Like, sorry, Kanye, I couldn't hear what you were saying. Joe's talking. So, Joe, why don't you let him know what you were telling me?
Well, it's like this. Okay, Kanye's talking about something.
Spotlight.
You go, Kanye. You know what? That reminds me. Joe is just over here saying something about Squid Game. Go ahead, Joe. What about Squid Game? Go ahead. What?
Go ahead, Joe. Right. Yeah. Well, I was just telling Doug that. I had watched it last night, and I was wondering if he thought the same thing as I did. Oh, really? Okay, Joe. Let's give it up for Joe.
By the way, you know why those little side conversations sometimes happen? Did you hear what I said?
Why?
Oh,
yeah.
Because sometimes there's some freezing happening here, but I'm not sure if to you it makes it seem like I'm freezing. But anyway, I get this is a thing. I'm not trying to I don't want to make it sound like I'm ragging on people for this, but I think people sometimes do side conversations because, wait, are you frozen or are you just making a face?
Gotcha.
You did get me. Gosh, you sure got me. That's my bit. I do.
I know that's your bit. That's your bit.
But anyway, I think people do side conversation.
Shut up. I know that's your bit. You're not gonna get it.
I don't know. It's kind of funny.
Okay, why do they do the side conversation?
I think sometimes they feel, I think some people feel a little awkward socially about being in a big conversation.
Oh, they want to test it out. They want to test out some material on a smaller.
Well, it's not even that. I think that they don't feel assertive enough to jump into a big conversation. And I feel like a safer zone for them is to just go one-on-one with somebody or maybe you're somebody that they know better in the social circle and they feel more comfortable and they feel, okay, here's a safe spot. I can talk to this person. I think it has to do with maybe social anxiety to some degree or something like that, where this is too, I can't get in on this. And then maybe they might even be self-conscious where, oh, I feel like I'm too quiet in this situation or something like that. Well, let me make it seem like I do know how to talk to somebody and try to start something with, I don't know, something like that. I don't know. Maybe
I feel like I'm the guy that they're safe to talk to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, maybe I'm too nice. I'm like accommodating and nice and that's like to my detriment. You know what I mean?
Well, I think it's because probably you're not.
I'm not such a.
You're
sigma.
not such an alpha.
I'm not an alpha sigma type.
You're not
guy.
an alpha kind of guy, right? So I think other betas are gonna sort of see you and think, oh, here's another beta I can talk to, and
right,
kind of feel comfortable around or something like that.
Yeah. Say there's a big conversation going on, right? And we got some big dog. Me and you we're in a circle with some big dogs, right? Who's in there? We got like Kumail and like Neil Brennan and
Kanye.
Kanye's in there and Chris Rock. And say you and I just met, I'll be like, so beta to beta. Do you think those guys are talking about culture? And, I don't know.
So beta to beta.
Just beta to beta, real quick. Beta to beta. Okay, so that's it for me. I do have more. It's not funny or anything, but it's like sometimes I feel embarrassed. Okay, let's make it. You can find out Well, I got two more.
It's funny. I feel this episode.
You're like, so I know we're not even going to get to the main ones. Well, we can save them for the.
I think we do it as a separate episode. Because we can just do your stuff and our stuff, and then it's that's. Hey, we can do a whole episode on other people's stuff.
Yeah, well, Thanksgiving's coming up. I think we have to do a remote one anyway, so we can just continue. We'll just make this a two-parter.
Yeah.
We'll make it a two-parter. But look, sometimes I'll finish a video like, for example, the promos we did for Adult Swim Fest or something, and I have a friend over. And I'll be like, I just finished a video. You want to watch it? See if it's funny. Or maybe it's like a long one. Those are kind of short. I'll be like, yeah, I really see it. Or like, you got to show me your thing. And I'll start playing it. And they'll be like, like 10 seconds into it. Who shot this? Where did you shoot that at? Or, it's like they're asking questions about it. I'm like, just pay attention. Don't talk over my video. Basically, it's talking over something you want to show somebody.
Right.
You shut up and you pay attention. Otherwise, you say, I don't want to watch it. Send me the link later.
Yeah, and not even just stuff you made, but sometimes if you want to show somebody a video on the internet, they'll start kind of talking about it. And I say, oh, sure, just pay attention first, and then let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk after. Save your questions for the end.
Well,
if say you're watching a show with someone, and it's like, okay, we're watching TV right now. I'll pause it. They're like blah 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 blah, and I'm like actually kind of invested in the show or the movie. I'll be like, I'll just pause it and be like, what?
I got the solution.
I'll be like, okay.
Oh, right. But that's
I'll do it with a little. Sometimes I'll do that with a little bit of an attitude. I'll be like, okay, what? Let's finish. You're saying about.
You were saying about
I'm like, can we resume the film now?
Well, here's a solution. Watch this.
I'm such an asshole.
No, I get that. Actually, pausing it, that's totally fair. I mean, if you're watching a movie with somebody, you don't want them to talk, and if they have something to say, okay, let's pause.
It's okay to like have little asides, like of course, we're all going to do like little comments, but when it's like you're starting a whole,
It depends on the movie.
it's like a whole bit. It's like, it also depends on the movie, but when it's clearly like something that requires attention, it's not like some lighthearted, whatever, like Scream 3 or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, whatever.
Well, look, I got a solution for the.
Just that's a
If you're showing somebody a video,
something that I've noticed. Something I've noticed. It's mainly when it's my video. I'll be like, check out the new Poundhouse.
Right. Here's the solution. Okay.
Right.
So I wonder how I can act this out without. I don't know. It's gonna be hard to do this without playing a video. Actually, you know what? Here, let me. I'll share a video. Let me share a video right now.
Okay.
And then you try to talk over it, and let me see if I find something. And I'll find something that is here. Let me find something here. That this might be kind of funny. Yeah. Here, I'll just do this. I don't know. This is kind of. I mean, not. I don't actually. Hopefully, this won't get. This might get flagged. Actually, sorry. This is bad air time right now.
Just tell me what the solution. Just describe it.
Okay, I just thought it'd be funnier to do it myself. You know. I was trying to find something. Okay, whatever. Here. All right, whatever. Anyway, my point is, I was going to try to play a video, and anytime you talk, I just start it over.
Started from the beginning.
From the beginning, and they might not get that at first, you know. And then they say something again, boom, back to the beginning, you know. And then and you keep doing it until they realize, oh, I should just let's see if I can not, you know, maybe if I each time I say something, he restarts it. So
wait, I have a solution too.
I thought that would be a funny act out than me describing it.
Say we're watching a video, and you know we don't have to play it, but I'll just act like I'm pressing play.
Yeah.
And then like 2 seconds into it, just start talking.
Yeah.
You know, okay, Brent, I just finished it. I think this is the final cut. I want you to check this out. Tell me if you think it's funny. Okay.
I can't wait, man. I can't wait.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yeah. Oh, did you shoot that at the park? Where is that? At the park? Did you shoot
yeah,
that?
we did. We shot it at the park, and we shot it at the park. It took 3 hours. Tim shot it, our friend Tim, and so let's go. Like, don't let them watch the rest of it, or like you.
No, yeah, you know this is how you go
on. You go on and on about like you just shut it off. You're like,
right, exactly.
Your movie has been revoked. Now you don't get to see it at all.
Right. You just say, yeah, here, let me do it. I mean, I'm basically doing the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing. Okay. Anyway, I just finished this movie. You want to check it out? This little video that I made.
Yeah.
Okay, here, check it out. Let me start it right now.
Okay. Oh, where did you get that actor? Is he from?
Yeah. Anyway, we got the actor at from LA Casting actually. But anyway, did you want to see another video?
No, let's watch that one.
Oh no, that's done.
It's done.
Oh no, I thought you didn't want. Oh, I thought you didn't want to see it because you were talking over it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I thought you didn't like it. Clearly, you don't like it.
Oh, I thought you didn't.
Well, you talked all over it.
Yeah, right. No, watch this. Oh, I thought you didn't like it because you could say, "Oh no, I wanted to watch." You'll say, "Oh no, I thought you didn't like it because you were."
Oh no, I just was asking about that guy because I recognized him.
Cancer. I have cancer.
We should make a series like this, just annoying things
and how
to solve them.
And how to solve them, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be a good series, man. That's what this whole episode is it's solution. It's annoying solutions.
Annoying solutions, yeah. I'm writing that down because that could be a good
it's kind of like a how-to kind of show, you know.
Yes, how to solve, how to fight back,
how to solve the world's most
fight back against annoying situations.
How to solve the world's most annoying issues.
And we're like hosting it like an 80s Hey guys, welcome back to welcome back to these are the world's most annoying situations. Okay. We come out there like it's like we're Key and Peele or like Chappelle show where they have to like talk to the crowd, in the beginning.
Right.
Why did that become such a way like a format to like do a comedy show? Is like have an audience that you need to like you got to let them know that okay, first of all, this is how we really are and we're cool. So wait till you see these what we have in store.
Now wait till you see these characters.
Now wait till you see this. All right, roll the clip. Give it up.
I think they would like to. I think some of those shows, not Key. I don't know if Key, I don't. Key and Peele didn't do this, but a Chappelle show. I think they would like to get the live reaction of the audience to the videos.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I that would be fun for them, but for the show itself.
Well, no, it would be like a laugh track for the videos.
Uh-huh. All right, fair enough. That I'm not saying those shows are very funny. It's just funny that it's just like a format that seems like the norm in many ways.
I feel in some ways that format,
Even SNL, there's an opening monologue. I think it's just maybe they started that format.
well, I feel like a lot of British stuff will show pre-shot stuff and you'll hear a live audience reacting to it.
Well, yeah, okay. We don't need to dwell on that. Here's one more thing. It's kind of a two-parter, but it's like I feel annoyed at myself that I have to be embarrassed about like being a vegan or not wanting to drink sometimes or sometimes even like riding a bike. It's like people make a big deal out of it. Like it was like apologizing. Like, why do I have to feel like I am on the defensive for doing these things? People should be thanking me. This is what's annoying. People should be thanking me and applauding me for doing things that I view as being a net positive for the community and the world at large. I shouldn't have to
my solution.
Why do I have to explain myself? They should be like, oh, that's great. Okay, perfect. Well, why does it have to even be a topic of discussion or something?
Well, my solution to that is that you just need to have more self-confidence.
I do. You're right.
Just think and just not care and just not be afraid to do what you want to do.
It's not like I'm embarrassed or it's just sort of like I feel like I need to not make a big deal out of it, which I don't make a big deal. I just try to quietly do what I'm going to do. But I feel like instead of me being some kind of outlier, I should feel more of like I should get applauded.
You have to just realize
people should give me a standing ovation every time.
I think if anybody does give you some kind of weird time or hard time about something like that, it's because of some weird insecurity of their own.
It's their own thing. Yeah.
They have some weird, they're self-conscious about something and they're kind of projecting that onto you or something,
I know. This is not even a thing. It's not even a real thing. It's just sort of something I feel.
Well, it's actually kind of a thing to close out on. Actually, it makes me, well, it kind of makes me.
We're not going to close out yet. We got a good 10, 15 minutes maybe left.
Oh, you think so?
At least 10 minutes. I mean, we can get into some of these and we'll save the rest because we have so many. There's too many to even get through.
We'll do a whole episode on the other people's things. Because I have a thing.
We can get into a couple of them.
I guess I have a thing that is annoying that I can use as a closing thing.
Okay, it better be good. This better be a closer.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, I think it is. I mean, I think it's a closer. I don't know if it's good, but it's definitely a closer.
Okay. Go.
Oh, is this the closer? Okay, fine. I didn't know
Yeah,
we were
you're
there.
here.
Okay, fine. The thing I'm annoyed at, what's something that annoys me is when other people get annoyed.
Uh-huh.
And that I feel like people don't have enough.
Wait, so you just destroyed my entire premise of this whole episode. You're putting it back on me.
That's why this is the closer, baby. That's why it's the
Okay,
closer.
well, this is not cool.
No, but not. Here's what I mean. I do feel like there is sometimes a lack in general of with people, a lack of patience and tolerance for things, and they sort of should just, and it does, people need to just not let things bother them. And by the way, I'm an uptight person myself, okay? And somehow just not let things bother them as much. I don't know. I was just kind of just try to make a positive spin on it, but I mean, the truth is some things are legitimately annoying, definitely, but um, I
I
just
think
thought
it's
of
okay
something.
to be annoyed.
It's
It's
okay
okay
to
to
be
be
annoyed.
annoyed. I do for these things, I'm dramatizing the things I'm annoyed with. And I generally just, I go zen and I'm like, yeah, it's no big deal, whatever. And I try not to let it bother me. But
Yeah.
I feel like I'm an extra um I don't know if it's empathic or something, but I feel like I try not to impose on I try to be very aware of like what I'm doing and just sort of aware of like am I being an is something I'm doing annoying. I try to pay extra attention to that. So I guess I get annoyed when other people don't do the same.
Hmm.
I consider other people's comfort and just as a general word,
Sure.
just to
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like I try to be courteous and give everyone
Yeah.
their space, and when other people don't do it to me, that's what I
You know what,
feel.
Doug?
That's the general thing that annoys me is like other people not being considerate.
Right. You know
I
what,
guess
Doug?
that's what
I
it
take
is.
it back, and I take it back. I take it back about the whole thing about other people. It's annoying when other people get annoyed because you know what? Sometimes people are just not very considerate.
Yeah, should I just not be considerate?
And
Maybe
you know what?
that's
So I
my
take it
answer
back.
is not to not be considerate.
I take
It's
it
to
back, Doug. I take it back, and let's get these guys. Okay? Let's get
let's
these
get him.
guys.
Let's get him.
Let's get these guys, all right? They need to be more mindful. They need to be more aware of how their actions are affecting others. Let's
Thank you,
get them.
Brent. Let's get
Shame
him.
them. Shame those fools.
Shame
And
him.
and it makes me think of something that annoys me if I could bring it up. What
Yeah,
annoys me is people bringing their pets, well, their dogs everywhere, particularly. Everybody's got their dog with them
dude.
now
I
everywhere they
know.
go.
I couldn't agree. I like dogs, but
And
I
you
couldn't
like
agree more
dogs.
with that.
And by the way, I like the concept of dogs, but it bugs me a lot when people feel the need to bring their dog everywhere they go to the restaurants. And I remember the good old days, in the 80s when people used to tie their dogs on a leash or something, they put their dogs on a pole or something while they went into the store. Now they're bringing the dogs in the store, but they used to leave the dogs outside. Of course, people steal the dogs, I guess. That's why they started bringing them in. But it basically, and also really annoys me is people bringing their dogs on planes when they don't really need to. You know what I mean? They're bringing it in for emotional support or something like that. I'm thinking, okay, that dog might be supporting you emotionally, but whatever the opposite of support is, it's doing that to me. It's emotionally
It's an anxiety
something.
triggered.
Yeah,
This is
why?
my anxiety triggering dog,
Yeah, or something
or
like
like
that.
yeah,
So
like
that's why I was thinking maybe a solution to the dogs bringing dogs on a plane is I should bring a human gimp with me everywhere I go as my pet and have that like just imagine a guy in a full gimp outfit and he's next to he's if somebody has a dog, I'll just have my gimp guy next, taking up space
oh, you got your
also.
dog? Here's my gimp. Or you can have like
This is my emotional support gimp.
no, this is my I have my emotional support jerk, is like just a guy that's just like a jerk.
Or how
You
about
know,
this? What about something like
he's gonna be all up in. He's gonna be. This is my inconsiderate. Um,
right?
this is my emotional inconsiderate guy, man, and he needs
What's
to come with me
Oh, you know what?
because
Oh,
just
I
to
got it.
offset all these dogs that are everywhere.
I got an idea. Watch this. Oh, you brought your emotional support dog? Oh, I brought my emotional support chocolate. And I have the chocolate on the ground near the dog so that the dog can eat the chocolate. You know? No, it's
Right.
emotional support chocolate. But
Uh,
and basically they'll won't want to have the dog next to the chocolate, so they'll get out of there. You know,
yeah, people
chocolate
bring
kills dogs, right?
yeah, it
Um,
does. I guess what happens is there's some caffeine in chocolate, and that's really what kills the dog. And I don't think it's like poison. I don't think if dogs eat chocolate they just die. I think
oh, I thought it was
it
poison.
can raise their heart rate or something. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I know what you're saying. That's known to
My point is that I bring I bring something that's poisonous to the dog. It maybe doesn't need to be chocolate. It could be, oh, these are my emotional support rat poisons or whatever. Or this is my emotional support.
uh
Uh,
this is my
ammonia,
emotional support dog catcher or something.
something like that. Yeah. And then, or like, oh, this is my emotional support bear trap. I just set up a bear trap.
Right.
Um, I was gonna
Well,
say,
let's just we can just run through one or two of these just to get people a taste of some of the things that annoy
okay, quick,
everyday folks.
quick question, a quick one
Yes.
thought, other extra observation, real quick
Yeah.
is, I think that the trend of people bringing their dogs everywhere, in some ways, I think became really kind of started because of Paris Hilton, I think. And I know that there were some celebrities who did that in the past, like like Zsa Zsa Gabor. Didn't Zsa Zsa Gabor do that? Have dogs around with her?
I
But
don't
I
know.
feel like Paris Hilton, when she did it and was bringing the Chihuahuas around, everybody started doing that. And it became more and more trendy where everyone started getting Chihuahuas and they were bringing the Chihuahuas around everywhere they went.
I think we've discussed the dog thing before on this show because I've brought it up because I'm borderline against dogs just because I think there's too many dogs out there.
Well,
I
yeah,
think there's too many irresponsible pet owners, and I
it's
think
the owners. Yeah,
there's just too many. There's too many. You got to bring the population down. Not everyone. It seems like everyone has to have a dog or something. It's like
right.
not everyone.
Should
There's
have
too
a
many
dog.
dogs out there. Let the ones that are alive live out their lives in a beautiful, but stop making more.
Hey, you know what, Doug? What you're saying is music to my ears.
Okay,
All right.
you want to wrap it up? Let me just read one because I kept saying I would. Here's
Okay.
um this comes in from Carolyn, I think. This is just I'll just read off a few of these. We can make comments if you want. This is just the latest one that I looked at. Strands of hair on a bar soap in any bathtub or shower. Yeah, you don't want to see that. That's why I go liquid. Problem
I don't.
solved. Boom. Easy problem solved.
Yeah, I will say that I
Liquid
don't love
soap.
liquid actually because I like to rub a bar on my body. The liquid just kind of, there's not enough
Yeah, when
liquid.
you're I feel like if you're in the shower, you can just rinse that off. That's not a big deal. Next one, floss or tissue not making it into the trash can in the bathroom. Yeah, you hate to see that. Then you got to get down there and get it in. People not using their blinker. Yep, we're gonna see a lot of those, Brent.
A lot of blinkers, huh?
A lot of. I was looking through them. There's a lot of blinkers.
Well, certainly,
Yeah,
actually, well, my solution to that, or my thought on that, my response to that is, if someone's not using their blinker and then I respond because I think they're not going to do something and I drive a certain way, if they ever got mad at me because I did something because I said, "Oh, you didn't have your blinker on. I didn't know you were going to do that." So that's the
yeah.
solution. Is you just say, "Oh, you didn't have your blinker on, so I didn't know that you were going to do that. That's why I did that," or whatever. Yeah.
I think I might have done this on my bike before, but if I'm on my bike and it's like the summertime, maybe their windows are down, and then they like go to turn, and I'm like, oh, and I kind of like they didn't see me or something. I'll be like, yeah, I think your blinkers broke. Like act like they I think your
Right.
blinker doesn't work. You want me to get that bulb fixed? A little passive
Right.
aggressive.
Right. You say it like this. You
Um,
say it like this. Hey, I think your blinker's broken. You might want to get it fixed. Cancer. You say it under your breath. Cancer.
I mean, these are pretty pedestrian ones, no pun intended, but kind of pun intended. People on their phones texting or looking down when they're driving. And when
Of
this
course.
happens like every day when it's like the light changes to green. And I
Right.
don't want to be that guy that honks immediately, but I do wait a good few seconds. And I'm like, come on. I
I
know
was
you're looking at
talking
your phone.
I was talking
I
about
know
patience
you're looking at your
earlier.
phone.
For some reason I've grown to be very patient about people not moving. I'll just sit there and wait for them and I'll
Yeah,
say,
I do it, but sometimes
actually
they get the little happy honk, the little beep beep.
right. Well, if it's been a while, but sometimes for some reason, when it comes to the road, I can be pretty tolerant on the road because I just think,
You
okay, so
gotta
say
be.
somebody's making some moves that they seem like jerk moves, they're cutting in front of people in line and stuff. I think, well, who knows? Maybe they're in a hurry and maybe it's important, I don't know.
Right.
Or maybe who knows.
Um, I'm gonna
But
skip that one. Okay, what is this one?
what
People walking around in public or stores talking loud as F on their headphones or FaceTime, basically yelling, and their friend is probably on speakerphone so he can hear all about their shitty antics or problems. Yeah, the loud, I mean, just loud talking on phones has annoyed me before too, because you don't have to, it's an amplification system. You don't have to yell into a phone that doesn't make it so they can hear you better.
Hey, I'm all for look, you know me. I've never owned a cell phone. I
If
think
you go, if you have to make a phone call, go hide in go to a private place where no one can hear you.
well, here's my thought on this. Even
That's what
though
I do. I go away. I'm like, I gotta make a call, and I have to like basically
well,
disappear.
hey, as sort of I mean, look, I'm not fully against cell phones. I think they can be useful tools, but as somebody who's not a cell phone partaker or whatever, you would think that I would be annoyed by that a lot, but I'm not. And here's why.
Oh, you like hearing what they're saying?
I get a peek inside these people's lives.
Yeah.
It's a new way of storytelling, It's a new storytelling format. I get to see it's a slice of life experience. No, I mean actually kind of, but really though, how is that any different than the person him talking to the person in person with him? You know what I mean? And they're just talking loudly to each other.
Yeah.
I just think when people are annoyed at somebody talking loudly on a phone, well, he could be just talking loudly to another person in person. So I just think I don't really see that much of a difference between. I mean, I think it's kind of annoying, but I also don't think. I mean, if he was with another person that was there and they were having the same conversation, would people be annoyed by that? What is it about it being on the phone that makes it more annoying than a person in person?
Well, I find it in person to be annoying too. I've said this before. I don't know if I said it on this podcast, but remember when we were at that, I don't know if I saw you there, but we were going to that like wild party like last earlier this year. It was supposed to be like it was up in Hollywood Hills, and it was like Christmas, Halloween, like it
Yeah,
was like all holidays in
yeah,
one
yeah.
party.
And we never saw each other, even though we were at
Yeah, I
there.
never even saw you. But I remember it was like some people they don't have to yell. I can hear them from a few feet away, right? So I was doing this thing where like someone's talking to me and they're like talking. I just have sensitive ears. So when they're talking way louder than they need to be, even though it's crowded, I would take a step back just to be like send the message that I can still hear them. Then they would
Oh,
after a while, I almost made a game out of it. I go to my other friend, I'm like, that person was talking to me. Look how far I traveled around this party. I almost
right,
fell off the cliff over the edge of the mountain off the property because I kept moving in. I would like step a foot back. They come in. I step a foot back. They come in again. And I'm like, they don't get the hint here. I'm trying to say,
right.
you don't need to yell. And most people are taller than me, so their mouth is at my ear level, and it's like,
Well, yeah.
the people who talk louder than needed is it's not just that it's an annoying thing. It's like kind of painful. It's actually rather painful. And I straight up put earplugs in sometimes because I have them on my keychain at all times.
That's very interesting that you have those earplugs on you.
I have a condition.
For me, it's not even the volume, but sometimes people just get too close to you.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
And they're not aware of how close they are, especially during these COVID times. They're all up in your area. And, I do the same thing. I always, if somebody's too close, I step back a little bit, and I do it very subtly, and they don't notice. But then sometimes they do notice, and they think, "Oh, I'm sorry, we're all the way over here. I'm sorry, I must be getting in your area too much." I have noticed some people notice that they were getting too close, but a lot of times, other times, it's people are maybe they've been drinking or something, and so they're less aware of their sort of boundaries or whatever, and so that
volume
they'll definitely not notice that you're moving further and further away. But man, it's crazy. I have the same experience where I'll be at one side of the room and I'll be on another side of the room 10 minutes down the line because they kept on getting closer and closer.
At that party I straight up traveled across the whole patio.
Right. Yeah, no, I've done.
I'm like, don't these people realize what's happening right here?
Right, I know exactly.
Do they think we're just aren't they being aware? They're not being aware, Brent.
Right,
that's the issue.
But it's funny though, because sometimes, like I said, that happened to me one time, kind of recently, and they did become aware. They noticed that we're all the way over here, and they realized they were getting too close. Here's a solution, maybe, Doug. Instead of moving,
you go into them. You make them move back. Say I take a step away. It's like, oh yeah, Squid Game. I did see that show. And then they come in. They're like, yeah, did you think it was overrated? I'll be like, yeah, I think it was really too long. It was longer than it needed to be. Yeah, I get in their ear and I'm like, yeah.
Right, exactly. Or what I was going to say was, you could just, if they kind of get close to you, then you kind of step around them and get in back of them. You know what I mean? And talk to them that way. So, hey, did you see that show? And then you kind of go around and you go, yeah, I saw it. So that you're.
Oh wait, I got a solution real quick. Before
or maybe just do Ring Around the Rosie on them. Just you go. You just
Brent, come act like you're talking to me. We're at a party and you're coming in closer to.
Okay.
I go like this. I take a step back.
Okay,
yeah. Oh, really?
Oh, cool. Hey man, did you see that show?
I just hold out my stick.
Right. That's good.
I got to carry this club around with me, and then I can just kind of keep can you just keep this far away?
That's good. I like that.
I just start wearing it. Just start walking around with a cane.
Right. Like Jay Kroger, you just put the cane out.
Yeah, you just cane them. Be like, yeah, just hey, check. Oh wait, do it again. One last time.
Okay. Oh hey man,
what do you think about the bottom of my cane? What is it? What do you think? And then I start sticking it in your face.
Right.
Like, what does that smell like? Do you like how the cane smells?
Oh, how about this one, Doug? This is kind of based on a thing I was made up a while ago. But all right, you're going to get close to tell me something that you're excited. Like, yeah, tell me something. I'll respond. Okay, ready? Go ahead.
Oh man, I'm really excited about going to.
You're going to get close to me.
Brent, I'm so excited about our tour coming up in January.
Oh, thumbs up, man. Thumbs up. Like, I just put my thumb right in their face, just put it right in their face. Thumbs up.
Wait, do one more. Do one more.
You want me to get close?
Hey, Brent. Hey, yeah, you come at me.
Okay.
Like, hey, Brent, what's up, man?
Oh, yeah, man. It's good
to see you, man. Act like you're going to sneeze.
Or just
make them recoil. Sneeze. Do something that makes them move back.
Or fake sneeze. Or I got one.
I'm going to sneeze. Oh, what were you saying, Brent? Make it like so fake, and then say, "I'm gonna sneeze." I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze.
As if sneezing is such a big deal, you know.
Look out! Look out! Look out! Look out! I'm gonna sneeze.
How about this? How about
No,
this?
you got to do something that'll make them recoil.
Right. Watch this. Come close. I'm gonna say, "Oh, hey, how's it going?" Then you're gonna come close to me. Get ready. Hey, oh, hey,
Okay.
Doug, how's it going?
Oh, hey, Brent, how are you doing today? What's up, dude? Whoa. Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that, man. Sorry about that.
Oh, you just start every
You just say, "Oh, don't worry, I'm not sick. It's just allergies."
No, you start you just start every conversation. You just start off with, "I'm just getting over a cold. I think it's a cold. I don't know what. I was feeling sick today."
Right.
What? And then you're like, "What? What were you saying?"
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze.
as if it's some big catastrophe that's about to happen. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. It's like you're having some kind of seizure or something like that, you know. I'm gonna sneeze.
Oh man, we got to act all these out. We got to like shoot these as like little scenes.
Yeah, it's hilarious. All right, well, that was a good one to close on. So,
yeah, let's wrap it up. And here's the deal for the after dark. I went on a hike the other day, and we did it on Zoom. Me and Brent just talked, and it's a long, kind of maybe like an hour and a half or something.
Well, it was we recorded it originally. That was supposed to be the main episode, but
yeah,
it was kind of experimental, and Doug was cutting out sometimes and stuff because he was on the hike, and we just thought, well, let's make it the after dark, and it's kind of an experiment.
Yeah,
and
I thought these annoyance things would be like a pretty good thing to pop off. But the after dark's cool because it truly is after dark. I'm walking around at night. You get to see some sights in my neighborhood. I show you like my skate spot, and we talk about some fun stuff. I mean, it's not necessarily funny, but I think it's like we talk about some more serious after dark stuff.
And it is neat because if you watch the video of it, if you're a Patreon subscriber and you watch the video of it, his phone picks up, or whatever he was using. I guess you were using a phone. It picks up a lot of visuals that I'm surprised it was able to pick up at night like that. In fact, you can even see the stars and stuff.
Yeah. So the only way to do that is to be a Patreon subscriber. Patreon.com/Poundcast. And that's a great way to support us. Another way to support us is check out our sponsors, Racket.com and LouisvilleVeganFoods.com. Use the code word Poundcast, get 20% off for that. And we're definitely coming to Chicago to the Hideout. We're doing 2 shows on, is that January 20th, Brent?
20.
Let's see here.
Yeah, I think. Or is it 21st? Actually,
I'm just gonna double check here.
Well, we'll say this in the intro and stuff. So
yeah, but we'll just remind everybody here. Yeah, it's the 21st, Friday the 21st. We're at the Hideout in Chicago. Saturday the 22nd of January, we are going to be. Speaking of Louisville, we're going to be performing in Louisville for the first time I've ever been there.
It's Zanzibar.
At Zanzibar. 2 shows at the Hideout, Friday the 21st. Me and Brent. We'll see you there.
And
anything else we need?
Yeah,
to say?
just thank you to Chloe Bonilla, Jack Birch, and Jackie Montana for their help. And also, just something to keep in mind is that the After Dark was meant to be the main episode, so it's going to sound. We're recording it as if it was the main episode, so that's why it's going to sound. We're going to say stuff the way.
Yeah, they'll get the hint.
They get it.
So switcheroo.
Okay, so anyway, we'll go see you on the hike in just a bit, and thank you for watching and listening.
Peace. Talking to each other,